Life has been difficult. In many ways, it was nearly impossible to regulate these negative emotions. I turned to unhealthy coping mechanisms, alcohol, masturbation, and even drug abuse, just to name a few. But at the lowest point in my life, I decided to change. And I turned to God. And you know what? God replied.
I know it has not been easy. The gods continue to spread misery. Come, boy, we must go.
Kratos, what are you doing here, and where are we going?
We are going to kill a god.
Alright, that's enough. That is far too intense for the intro. Alright, let's tone it back a bit. Okay, perfect. That works out great. Anyway, so, before you guys crucify me in the comments like the god I plan on killing, this is not me being an epic Reddit atheist, just hating on religion just for the sake of it. In fact, if you think you are an unfathomably pious individual, stick this video out because I have no doubt that you'll agree with me by the end. Anyway, before you're able to kill God, you must first know what God is. Is God actually a man living in the clouds? Is God a one-eyed wanderer constantly searching for knowledge? Is he an Olympian on top of an easily climbable mountain? No, dumbass. Idiot. You silly fucking goose. He's none of those. He's in your head. And I don't mean like he's a figment of your imaginations or anything like that. He is literally in your head. And guess what? I don't care if you're a Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, Jewish, or even an atheist for that matter. Everyone, and I do mean everyone, has a God. The God that I speak of is the manifestation of what you worship, your North Star, what beliefs you hold. And this God is unique to each and every individual. And this God is a tyrant. And if you wish to slay this tyrant, you'll have to take the battle inwards. And how might you do it? Well, that's where this opioid addict. Well, this is where this opioid addict comes in. This man's a certified god killer. Wrote a whole book on how to do it too. And I'm gonna bestow his lessons onto you. Now, dear viewer, take a look at this. Disgusting, right? Absolutely putrid. In fact, I wouldn't touch this mockery of nature's beauty with a 10-foot pole. Am I right? That being said, this is you. You see, to be a god slayer, you need to undergo some sort of metamorphosis. And the first phase of that bootleg Pokemon evolution is the camel. And this is where you most likely are at this point in your life. You are a camel, a filthy, disgusting camel, because you are a pack animal. You carry the burdens of beliefs and biases thrusted upon you without your consent. Yet you unquestionably carry these beliefs. The camel stage is characterized by a sense of heaviness and burden, as the individual tries to carry the weight of their own limitations and the expectations of parents, friends, teachers, society as a whole. Now, what does this have to do with God? Well, these burdens right here, these ones right here, they are your God. This is what you worship, whether you realize it or not. See, as a camel, you don't get to choose who or what your God is. Your God has been chosen for you from the media you consume, from the things you've been taught in school, from propaganda your government has spread, from the lessons given to you by your parents and their parents before them. Each and every single bias you hold is the God manifesting themselves. And to become a god slayer, you must first figure out what these individual burdens are. Which brings us into step 2. So, you're a disgusting camel. Absolutely repulsive. I spit at you. But, in spite of that, you are now aware of your beliefs, your burden, your God. Now what? Well, I want you to reflect on everything you've been taught, everything you believe, everything you have a bias for or against, and I want you to discard all of it. Discard all of it. You believe nothing. Nothing is real. Nothing matters. Deny everything. Every single thing you believe is real, deny it. Believe that the world is round? Deny it. Believe that the world is flat? Well, deny it. Believe that you should subscribe to my channel? Well, I'm gonna need you to deny that. Actually, don't actually deny that one. Please subscribe.
Well, what about the things that are obvious? Like it's obvious to believe that shitting in a Denny's parking lot is a bad thing, right?
Well, first of all, I don't speak to the likes of you, camel. Yeah. Second of all, something that you consider quote-unquote obvious is something that should be denied the most. Flimsy beliefs that you're unsure about are easy to deny, but denying beliefs that are intrinsic to your identity, now that's what makes God killing a difficult quest. People once thought that it was quote-unquote obvious that the Earth was the center of the universe, but it took some brave souls to deny that obvious belief to have us grow as a species. Not long ago, people thought it was obvious evolution wasn't real, but it took people willing to look past their own burdens and fight against it. With the power of denial, people are able to fight off these internal beliefs, these internal gods. And this may seem paradoxical, but I want you to deny this video's credibility and message as well. When I say deny everything, I do literally mean everything. Nietzsche calls this aggressive act of denial as uttering the sacred no. The sacred no is your way of saying no to these biases and beliefs that have been put upon you since birth. While I personally describe this creature manifested as your burdens as your God, Nietzsche uses the analogy of a dragon, and on this dragon, each scale having thou shalt written on it. And every time you utter the sacred no, you rip off a piece of that scale, one at a time. Once you begin uttering the sacred no, you've begun your evolution from a stinky, no-good camel into a brave and courageous lion. The second phase in Nietzsche's metamorphosis. Being a lion is having the strength, courage, and independence to walk this path. It represents the ability to think for yourself and make your own decisions. This fight is your way of rejecting the herd mentality and breaking free from the chains of conformity.
But Mark, deny everything? Isn't that a bit nihilistic?
And you know what I have to say to that? You know what I fucking have to say? Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. This is actually why people have this misconception that Nietzsche was a nihilist. He wasn't. In fact, he hated nihilism as a concept, but he believed one must walk the path of nihilism to overcome it. And being a lion means you've begun to walk this path, and you've begun your fight in killing God. It will be difficult, and you'll have to deny beliefs that make you feel uncomfortable. But no one said that taking on a deity would be easy. And so, with your final utterance of the sacred no, God has died. Congratulations, you've done it. You've killed God. But at what cost? You are here in what I like to call the void that is pure nihilism. This is a dangerous place. This is the point where you are most vulnerable. Humans hate being in this part of their life, so naturally, without thought, you'll gravitate towards anything. This is where most cult leaders and abusers scoop up people. If you watch my cult video, think of this as the phase immediately after breaking one's identity. Now, besides the vulnerable state that you're in, there's another threat that you have to be aware of. Since you're desperately seeking meaning, you may accidentally
Resurrect God.
But this God is deformed and mangled into something completely unrecognizable, and it will regenerate, soon reclaiming its tyrannical hold on you. You can see this in everyday life. You know those people that claim to be an atheist, but become super obsessive towards politics or marvels or celebrities and so on? They may not believe in God in the traditional sense of the word, but they've created a new God. You must not be like them.
So, I gotta avoid God and beliefs at all cost.
You may think to yourself, but that line of thought will leave you in the pit that is nihilism. And you don't want to remain there. You want to get out. So, I think it's time that I come clean. I have a little secret for you. A secret that I've been keeping from you since the start of this video. And it's this. You cannot kill God. I know! This whole video is about killing God. What do you mean God is unkillable? And to that, all I have to say is, get clickbaited, idiot. Fact of the matter is, you cannot exist in nihilism forever, and God will be resurrected, whether you like it or not. The best thing you can do is to control what you believe, in what you worship, in what form your God takes. In Nietzsche's Metamorphosis, the final phase is the child. The child is a symbol of creativity, imagination, and rebirth. It represents the ability to create and shape your own reality. So how do you control your God? Well, you simply gotta utter the sacred yes. The sacred yes is your way of saying yes to your own beliefs and values. It's your way of creating your own God, one that aligns with your true self. So yes, if you really want to, you can start believing in religion, the earth being round, and pedophilia being bad again. Listen, definitely believe in the last one. Like if I had to choose out of those three which one you start believing, please believe that pedophilia is a bad thing. Please, for the love of God. But now, instead of having these ideas thrusted upon you unwillingly, you have given yourself the control and power to go beyond it. You say yes to beliefs that you once denied, and you don't return the beliefs that you no longer agree with. Just like a child, you are new to this world, this way of perceiving what goes on around you. You are free from bias, from influence, and willing to create an internal world as you see fit. Free to create your God as you see fit. This is what it means to kill God. You see, Kratos? Killing a god isn't about death or bloodshed. Not what you were doing, which was very uncouth, by the way. Absolutely disgusting. What are you, a fucking caveman? No. Killing God is about looking inwards.
I'm going to cut off your head now.
Kratos, stop! Great. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. Actually, you know what? No. I am going to be more consistent here on out. I'm aiming for at least one video every month.
So that was a fucking lie.
Hey, it's 3 a.m. mark again, and yeah, I kind of dropped the ball on that one, and I kind of gave myself some unrealistic expectations. But I think what I'll do instead is that in between uploads, like once every week, I'll upload shorts. I got that idea from the Create Unknown podcast, the latest upload, which you should watch, by the way. And you know what? If I miss a week until my next big upload, the first person to call me out, I'll PayPal you $100. That should keep me honest. But anyway, of course, thank you all so much for watching. I worked real hard on this one, and every amount of like, sub, comment really does mean a whole lot to me. Also, I am just like one sub away from 150. So if like one of you, only one of you subscribes, bro, I will consensually kiss you so hard on the lips, I ain't even gonna lie. Also, I've been getting pretty consistently more views than I have subscribers, which is pretty PogChamp. I think that's a sign of a healthy channel, which I'm incredibly grateful for. Anyway, as always, scrolling to the right are people who have commented and subscribed on my last video, and if you want to show up on the sub list, make sure your subscriptions are set to public, otherwise I wouldn't know if you were subscribed or not. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys later.